Who's asleep amidst the trees? Bats all are swaying in the breeze. But one so light, anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths. For your dolly Polly sleep has flown. Don't dare let her tremble alone, for the witcher, heartless cold, paid in coin of gold. He comes, he'll go, leave naught behind but heartache and woe. Deep, deep woe. It's all silent for the night. House turned in as daylight dies. But when so light anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths, my dear Dolly Paul.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Haunted Connections show. We're bringing this to you from the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre in Hinckley, Leicester, and we're sponsored by Sims Vintage Antiques in Wootton Warren near Stratford. So big welcome to everyone. It's me and Neil tonight, as usual, and we're going to be looking at some evidence tonight, some HAPRC evidence. So I hope you're all going to enjoy that. So how are you, Neil?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, good.
it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Every day's the same to me. Evening, everyone. Please make comments and please tell us what your thoughts are of some of these pictures and a couple of videos. We wanted to do this a long time ago, didn't we?
We did.
Because we do believe that Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre, over the almost 4 years that we've been open, we have caught some amazing footage, not just us.
Yeah.
It's mainly the teams, actually. So a lot of these have been captured by different teams. And if I can remember the team name who captured them,
Yeah.
which is very doubtful knowing me, I will tell you who it is. So we're going to kick straight away. I shared this photo on Facebook the other day, actually, last week, I think.
Yeah.
And it's quite a strange one. So that's
of the now attic room.
Yep.
A few people have suggested it may be the reflection of the big mirror, but the big mirror is actually on the back of the wall in the room, and I think the picture's taken from slightly the wrong angle for it to be a reflection of the mirror, don't you think?
It's not the mirror, because the mirror's behind it,
but this wasn't visible to the naked eye, was it? Nobody
No.
actually saw it, but it was captured on the photograph. And again, to the far right, you can see like a black shadow. It's like somebody standing there, and people just thought that was just somebody a guest or a member of the team. But when you actually look at it, there was, when they actually looked into it more, there was actually nobody there. Everybody was accounted for. So we're interested in your thoughts.
Yeah, tell us your thoughts. It's what people are commenting. SM Spirit Searchers said, I've lost that. Hopefully you get it back. And that says, would you say elementals? Wild Bill says, someone said it was a reflection of the poom behind. There's nothing to reflect. So I don't.
Because where the head of that creature is more or less sort of just behind it would be the table, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So I'm not saying it's paranormal because I just don't know. Oh, reflection of the room behind. I don't think so. To me, it looks a little bit like a snake or something. So, what's your thoughts on that one, Jane?
Well, we know we've got quite a few creatures here, and it's such a good picture because it does look like it's almost in 3D, doesn't it? And it's just one of those pictures that we can't explain. To me, it seems like some sort of creature. It's definitely not human. And it looks like it's definitely got some sort of fur on his head and sort of around his neck, but
yeah,
it's definitely not human. But it's definitely an interesting photograph. We just can't explain it really.
No, people have said it's all manner of things. It's the light reflecting off something else, but you can.
But the only real light is coming from Viv's torch, isn't it? That's shining under her chin.
Yeah, because you can see that because the angle that goes here. That's from Viv's torch. I don't know why it keeps stopping on that picture. There's my finger gone. So it's interesting. John says brilliant photo. Wild Bill says I don't see that. It looks sort of like some energy to me. Bloss says one of the creatures. They got the sound back. So do you think that's paranormal, Jane?
Until we can explain it or recreate it, I would sort of put it down as that because it's just
weird.
Yeah, and it's even if you blow it up or change the contrast, it doesn't. It still looks the same as if there's something there.
Yep. Okay then. SM Spirit Searchers are the paranormal and explorers, says a goblin. Sarah says it's a doorway. There's nothing to reflect. She agrees it's a creature. So it's an interesting photo. John says it's definitely not normal. No. I agree, John. It's the word paranormal just means not normal.
Yeah.
Wild Bill says if it can't be explained, it has to be paranormal of some type. I agree. I agree with John and Wild Bill. It ain't normal, so it's got to be paranormal. I think some people tend to forget what the term paranormal means.
Yeah.
Paranormal means it's not normal. Sarah says, sorry, I'm late.
But in this picture, it's sort of captured three things really of interest, isn't it? The black shadow on the right, at the right of the doorway, the creature sort of in the doorway, and you can't see it on that picture, but Viv's face, how much it's changed.
Yeah.
So each one of those would have been really interesting, but to catch all three on one picture is just really good.
It is cool because on the right, it definitely does look like someone standing there, and
a bit like a hooded figure, doesn't it?
Is that the arm? Because there's nothing there in the room, is there?
No.
Okay, some more comments. Facebook user, I don't know who that is. Sorry, it's just coming up. Facebook user. It looks not normal, so it's paranormal. The great unexplained fantastic location is on my top list. While Bill says there are many things under the title paranormal. Yes, and it's Michelle. And John says the face in the mirror is creepy. Yeah, unfortunately, the way I've had to do this because I couldn't get it onto the computer. I'm just filming off the monitor. You can't actually see the face, so sorry about that. Lynn says I would have said it looks hooded too. Charlotte says it's definitely not normal. So it's a good capture.
It is.
Obviously, it's not our capture, so I thank the team for doing it. I know it's Viv and her friends that came. So we'll take that off screen. I know who that is, a reflection of Krampus. Tanith says there is nothing in the doorway to reflect anything. This is so creepy. Yes, it is, and it is one of my favourites. We've got lots of favourites though.
We have.
So we'll take that off. So then Jane can do some talking while I queue up the next one.
While you queue up the next one. We have got, over the last 4 years since we've been here, we have got an extraordinary collection of pictures from the centre. And they're not just our pictures. Most of the pictures have been captured by other teams when they've been here, and we've been fortunate enough for them to share their evidence with us and give us permission to actually show and share their evidence. So we're really grateful for that. So we do thank all the teams that have sent us evidence while they've been here and let us share it and use it.
Yeah, okay. I've queued up the next photo.
You're cute.
This one was taken. John will remember this one. Wild Bill says, by the way, greetings from Atlanta, Georgia. Hi, Wild Bill.
Hi, Wild Bill.
Great to have you on. Okay, then this next photo. Okay, then again, it's on the monitors. It's not fantastic. If you see, this is taken from ESN Paranormal, so it's John Judge Jeffrey's team. One of the first teams to investigate. I know Gap were the first. I think John's were probably second or third.
Yeah.
Way back, nearly 4 years ago. That is taken from a normal camera, I believe, with no flash. And John says, hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay, then he was sitting in the doll's room, as if anyone knows the doll's room, looking through the door. This is the door.
Yeah.
To the
top of the old
corridor,
stairs.
the old stairs. Now you've got this figure standing in the doorway. To me, it's clear as day. It's a figure. Wild Bill says, who is that in the door? There was no one standing there. We also had the CCTV on that night as well. So when we checked back the CCTV, and you could see when John is taking, I think it was John took the picture. There was no one sitting. There's no one standing in that doorway. Yeah, John just says CCTV backed up, empty doorway. So we'll start with Jane. So what do you think about that one?
Yeah, there is another picture, isn't there, that's captured somebody at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, we'll go on that one next.
Yeah, and there was two theories at the time. One was that it was a chap called Richard, who was sort of in there protecting the doorway, protecting the room, and the other one, it could be one of the nasty men at the top of the stairs. But either way, I mean, we can't really determine who it is just from the shadow. So it is a good catch, because there was nothing in the doorway at all.
Okay. Okay, John says, hi, John. Sarah says they look quite tall, as the top of their head is up to the door frame. Okay, I do actually think if you see the top of where the head is, there's a little sort of a pointy bit. Some people thought that could be a soldier's peak cap.
Yeah.
However, I believe that is one of the CCTV cameras. Yeah. There was a camera, so I don't think we actually see his head. Okay. Tanner says, is that the doorway to the war room? No, it's the doorway to top of the old stairs as you're going towards the occult room. John says it was. We dressed Dave as Richard. Kirsty says, hi, Neil Packer. Hi, Jane. Hope you're both well. Yes, we are
Hi,
very
Kirsty.
well. Thank you, Kirsty. Annette says, that gives me the shivers. It is kind of, he is fairly tall.
Yeah.
He's a big
You can
guy.
see from the stature, because there was thoughts that Richard was it sort of not a soldier.
Where are you
But
going?
I'm just going to get back because I've got my book in here. Oh,
I thought you were sliding away.
what, going to the kettle?
Daniel says, hi, Neil. Hope you're okay. I'm enjoying your book. Thank you, Daniel. Is that in the doll's room? Yes, it's the doll's room looking out of the door towards the top landing where the back stairs are. So it's a bit of a creepy picture to me. So everybody else, let us know what you think.
But again, it's a great catch, isn't it? Because one of the things that we do, with sharing this evidence, it shows you how much activity and sort of the energies that are in the building, and yet we don't seem to see as much as evidence as this coming out of other places, other locations.
To be honest, we could do half a dozen of these shows. We've had that much evidence. Wild Bill says, Neil, could that be a shadow person? Could well be.
Yeah, could well be.
Because he is showing himself a shadow. However, the room's dark, so the skeptics, Wild Bill said it's so dark. Yeah, the skeptics would say, yeah, there's someone standing there. But John Jeffries knows as well as I do. We did have we probably still got it somewhere. We did have CCTV footage that there was no one there. We did have a camera pointing straight down there.
Yeah.
I don't think that picked up the shadow.
No.
It was just John's photograph, which is great. This is another reason. Well, most paranormal investigators will say it. Take more if you're taking photos. Take more than one, because it would have been interesting. I don't know if John did it. Let us know, John. He's still got it, so that's good. Because if it's not in the first one, it's in the second, but not in the third. Again, that's kind of interesting. Daniel says it looks like a soldier with one of the hard helmets. Yeah, the point at the top, Daniel, we think is the CCTV camera, which was just there. John says this was one of 4 photos, so yeah, great. Kirsty says, we thoroughly enjoyed our ghost hunt with Dusk Till Dawn on Friday night. We cannot wait to come back to see what else we encounter. There was so much evidence of the paranormal. We even heard the voice of a young girl in the medieval room say hello whilst we were sleeping at around 4 a.m. Very interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, John says this was one of 4 photos. That's cool. Wild Bill says, I have my digital cam set up to do 3 pics at a time. That's the way to do it, isn't it, Bill? Kirsty says, yeah, it's a CCTV camera. Yeah, it was just there. I think we've moved it now. Charlotte says, me and Wendy, Jean, Halen can't wait to come for our first visit. Cool. It'd be good to see you, Charlotte. Excuse me, coughing. It's not COVID. So yeah, that was from nearly 4 years ago. Would you believe it?
It's gone quick, hasn't it?
So I'm just going to I'll take that off. I'm just going to find the next one. Because it's sort of in relation to that one, we believe.
Yes, this is one of my favourites.
Okay, then I'll try and make it so that the camera picks it up. So let's bring this one in. Okay, then let's lift it up. Okay, that is. Let's lift the picture up. That is the same doorway. This is a different night.
Yeah.
This is from a night with Spook Spy. So there you go. To me, that looks like a figure holding some sort of stick.
Yeah, and the reason why I like this one is because it does actually look like the chap I have a drawing in my book. So you can see his stick in his hand. He's wearing the bowler hat and his other hand's more or less on the doorknob. And he is quite a regular character at the centre. And the interesting thing about him is that he did actually show himself as well. And we had a young family come up to the centre, and there was a little boy. He was about 7 years old, and he came into the tea room and he said, "I've just seen a monster on the stairs." And I said to him, "Can you draw the monster for me in my book, what you saw at the top of the stairs?" And this is what he drew.
Yeah.
And that says bad across his chest because he was a very bad man.
With his hat on.
With his hat on, yeah. As soon as he drew it, I knew who he was referring to. So he actually showed himself as well to that little boy at the top of the stairs.
Okay, let's get some more comments. Biff says, Richard's been down to Turkish Delight and come back with a burger meal deal in a bag. Sarah says, do you think maybe because we all actively investigate numerous locations, do you think we could maybe bring a spirit with us from another location and they maybe show themselves in the photos at the centre?
Quite possibly.
Quite possibly. They've got free will. I know we say to people they won't follow home, but that's mainly to guests who are quite nervous. But the spirits at the centre, they're probably the same as everywhere, but I can only say our opinion on the centre. The spirits who are here want to be here for whatever reason, whether it's their items or the building or they just like being here. I don't know. They want to be here, but they've got free will. If they want to go off, they can. Kirsty says, you will enjoy it. It's such an amazing place. Thank you very much, Kirsty. Bill says, I've been waiting to do my first visit for almost 3 years now. John says, another brilliant capture. Yeah, it's another cool. I think that was a full spectrum camera. Charlotte says, Kirsty, Jane, Hazel, it looks it from the pictures. We're so excited. Sarah says, mouth open. Daniel says, that looks like a soldier holding those long guns with the point. I think it means with a bayonet. Possibly, Jane thinks it's the man with the stick. He's holding the stick up. Kirsty says, that's so similar to the picture Jane drew. What an amazing picture.
Yeah,
yes.
I really. I mean, we picked these men up more or less on the first night. Or the very first night that we came in here, before any furniture or anything came in here, we we picked these men up, and I picked them up fighting at the top of the stairs, and they've got the SLS, haven't they, at the top of the stairs?
It looked like spirit porn.
And they were saying in the doll room, we can see two people and it looks pornographic. And I was shouting from the seance room, there's two men at the top of the stairs having a fight, and they thought it was pornographic.
Did look like it.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. Because that is so similar to the picture Jane drew. Yeah, Jane's book is fantastic. A lot of people have asked Jane if she's going to put it into a book, but we're not sure.
No, I'm not sure we want to reveal all the secrets just
what
yet.
We don't want to do is feed everyone with what Jane's picked up. Because, you know, you for example, we have a spirit here we call the master, the Grand Master.
Yeah.
And once, because I've got to be a bit of a big gob, haven't I?
Yeah.
Once I said it, the next few weeks, everyone was picking up on him. But were they? I'm not sure. Yeah. So,
but
Kathy,
we want you to experience it. See, we want you to tell us what you're experiencing.
Yeah,
and that's sort of one of the biggest things of the centre. We want you to,
and then we can back it up. You know, if you show me a picture like this one, we can back it up with Jane's drawings.
Yeah,
which is even better to me. Kathy says, Nigel didn't come home with me, but his influence on me lasted for hours after I left. Nigel is our funny little man who makes everyone laugh.
I have actually got a picture of him in my book.
Jane does have a drawing. Nigel tends to be in the attic room, and everyone just bursts out laughing if he's around. He's a little dwarf. Can I use that word?
Yeah.
There he is.
And he sits on the table and he's so happy. And he will clap along and he'll sing along, and he loves it when there's a crowd of people in there, really exciting and really, really happy.
But I know Kathy says that when they were up here, they were laughing, and she was laughing for hours all the way home. So, which is nice. The paranormal shouldn't always be about demons and bad
and
stuff.
Nasty stuff, yeah.
Okay, Bloss says, does the little boy still come home with you, man? Yes, the boys do still come down my house.
I think Julie said the other day, didn't she, that the taps went on?
The tap gets turned on, and so, but they're nice boys. They feel like part of the family. Now. One of my biggest regrets since we had this place is I can't see them, especially the children. I don't want to see the nasty ones, but I'd love to actually see. I know you've got your drawing.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I started drawing and putting them in my book, so Neil had got an idea of
I would love to see Bob and Robert and all the others, but I can't. Okay then. Simon says excellent stuff. Thank you, Simon. Thanks for watching. Annette says laugh out loud. John says that's what we picked up on as well on the top of the stairs. There were two men fighting.
Yeah.
So that's good. Kurt says, have you got a picture taken in the Victorian room? We had a lot of activity in that room. We've just got a picture of the room at the minute because that's only been open.
Yeah,
since the shop's been open. So it's only been open a few months.
The main bit that's come out of there, I think, is the wooden beams, isn't it? What we did with the Victorian room and the medieval room.
Yeah.
With Haunted Live when they were here, and there was lots of tapping and knocking from the walls.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we haven't got any photos or videos of any evidence yet in that room. There's lots of noises, like Jane says. Bloss says that's nice. Biff says got XTC making plans for Nigel going in my head now. Yeah, I have that as well. Annette says your centre is amazing. Thank you. So we'll get rid of that one. So of course we've talked about that. Case is saying we didn't take any either. We definitely when we come back. Okay then. So I'll queue up the next one. So Jane will talk.
Blah 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 blah.
Blah blah. Okay.
If anybody does, when you come to the centre, if anybody does want to have a look at my book, I will happily show anybody my book. And it has been fairly useful because people have come in from their investigations and they've said, I've just seen this. It sounds absolutely crazy, but I've just seen this. And I can sort of probably get to a page in my book and say, does it look like this? And they go, yeah, that's it. That's what I've just saw.
So this next one is really, really interesting. Okay, this next picture was taken. It's only one of a series that Spectre Detector took, and they are coming back in July. So I'm looking forward to. And they do take some awesome photos.
Yeah.
Those guys. Let's just read the comments. Tanith says, "I think we had the most activity in the Victorian room last time. Yes, it is a good room." John says, "Amazing place to visit and investigate." Okay, this next picture is that one.
Yeah.
Now that is a picture. I think the dots are of laser grid, and it's taken in full spectrum. The item behind that white thing is the World War II wheelchair.
Yeah.
Which used to be in the doll's room now, but that's before we had the war room. So, to me, it looks like a little flying creature with wings.
Yeah.
A little bit like you would describe an angel.
Or a fairy.
Or fairy. So, let us know what you think about that one. It's not on its own. They had other pictures of that entity taken that night as well.
Yeah, and we do have quite a lot of light, I'll say light anomalies. They're not orbs because they're much bigger than orbs. And we've had big blue lights, we've had big white lights, we've had lots of sort of light anomalies as well.
So let's read some comments. Kathy says HAPRC is the best place in Hinckley. Thank you, Kathy. You get a different experience every time you visit. Sarah said, great picture. Tanith says, looks like a turtle. Wow.
Oh, a little bit.
Okay. Bloss says, how I wish I could get up the stairs. Sarah says, I was going to say an angel. So, Jane, what do you think? What's your opinion on that one?
I just think it's a great catch because it just shows that there is so many different things in this centre. We've not just got human spirits. You know, I would say it's a light, I'll call it a light anomaly for now because I'm not sure whether it's an angel or a fairy. But there's just so many different things that can be captured in the centre, from creatures to fairies to soldiers to hooded figures, all sorts of things. And you just never know what you're going to get, do you?
Nope. Okay. Michelle says, very interesting. Kirsty said, Daniel Welch, you enjoying sitting in the wheelchair and experienced some strange feelings, didn't you? Be interested to hear that one, Daniel. Bloss says, looks like a hand. Could be.
Yeah, because I see where.
Yeah. If it was just that one picture, I'd be a little bit more skeptical, I must admit.
Yeah.
But they took loads and it wasn't always in the same place. So to me, it's a fantastic capture.
The great thing for me is, we know sort of, well, from my point of view, I know sort of fairies and angels and things exist, but when you capture something like this, some of the things we capture on film sort of show that these things are there, but they don't always show them in the same way that we think they're going to look. And it just helps a lot with our with our sort of knowledge and understanding of what these things are.
Yeah, so Kirsty says, sorry, enjoyed, not enjoying. Yeah, they came last week. John says, looks like some sort of flying creature, don't know what though. Let me just get rid of that one because I don't know what they're saying. Daniel says, I had pins and needles in ankle and my foot when I sat in the wheelchair. I felt weird in the wheelchair. Let us know which leg it was, Daniel.
Yeah, lots of people have sort of experiences regarding their legs and feet in the wheelchair, don't they?
Yeah. So, but you know, if you put evidence, well, if you put pictures like that on mainstream or on the popular paranormal shows, what do you think they would say? Do you think?
I think there'll always be people who are skeptical. They'll just say, "Oh, it's just a flash," or "It's just something that." But if you're going to keep rejecting everything that comes, that people are putting forward, and without an open mind, you're never going to see anything.
No. Okay then. Kathy says, looks like a fairy with their hands crossed across the stomach with light radiating from their palms. Yes, it does. Find it quite calming to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You don't feel that's evil.
No, it does feel very spiritual.
Sarah says it's not just the pictures. There have been a lot of unexplained EVPs picked up at the centre and voices and sounds on video recording. Such an amazing place. Yeah, I've got one of yours later on if I can find it. Tanner says, who says they have to look human? After all, the picture in the doorway and of the attic wasn't human form either. No. Daniel says it was his left one.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, Daniel. You can find out more when you come back.
Yeah. And there's another really good bit of footage, isn't there, with the wheelchair?
Just
throw that
shall
in.
We'll
with
have that
a
one
special
next.
guest.
Oh, I haven't got that one. Well, I've got footage.
Well, while you're bringing up the next one, I'll just tell people about that one then. So we have got a piece of footage with.
Oh, Jane's phone call.
Oh, sorry. Let me just. Sorry about that.
Very professional.
Yes, I thought I switched it off. Yeah, so the footage shows Barry Guy sitting in the wheelchair. It's when Haunted Live was here, and he asks for Spirit to move the chair, and it does move the chair, and he jumps, doesn't he?
It's great.
It's yeah, I love to see a grown man scream.
It was great, and you
he
can
does
actually see the
scream, but
wheelchair move, and he asked for it, and he got it.
yeah,
We always say, be careful what you ask for here, because you can get it. Casey says, I've seen that footage, it was brilliant. Okay, talking of the wheelchair, we'll stay on that one. A lot of people don't like the SLS cameras, but a lot of people do. Again, I'm not saying this is paranormal, because it could just be mapping the wheelchair. So, okay, there's the footage. Let me just lift the camera up. Okay, again, this was taken on a Saturday in the daytime. The stick figure on the left is mapping the lady holding the Hannah doll, but there is a stick figure sitting in the wheelchair.
there is.
And the good thing is, it's not always there. You know, this was a still. Then when the guest took more, the stick figure wasn't there, and we hadn't moved the wheelchair. So tell me what you think of that one.
And the other interesting thing is, we've also seen this SLS figure sitting in the wheelchair, and one half of his leg, like from his knee to his foot, is missing.
Yeah.
So it only shows sort of 1.5 of his legs.
Yeah. Michelle says, always get stick figures to wave at us. We have had this. We're not using it for a bit, actually. We have had the stick figure waving at people, and I think it's good when they react.
Yeah.
To you speaking. You know, for example, if you say, "Can you stand up?" and the stick figure actually looks like it's standing up, that's
yeah.
better.
Or can you hold my hand? And they put their
we
hand
have
up and
had.
hold.
And we've had people say, "Can you hold your hand?" and the hand goes all tingly.
Yeah.
Kirsty said, have you ever had people tell you that the doll that looks like Pee Wee Herman moved chairs in the doll room? No, the ventriloquist dummy, I think you mean. I don't quite know who Pee Wee is. I think it's the ventriloquist dummy. He quite regularly gets thrown off the rocking chair. But if you saw him move Friday night, let us know, Kirsty. So let us know what you think of that SLS footage in the wheelchair. The stick figure is great, as there is nothing it can map to possibly make that picture. No, I think it's kind of interesting.
And the proportions as well. It's sort of the right proportion in the chair.
Yeah.
It looks like his head's missing.
Yeah, he's got the dot. He's got the yellow dot for his head.
Headless Bill.
Headless Bill. So that's another interesting one. So let's move on to another one. So which one should we have now? Okay then. We're going to play a video now. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. No, that's not what I wanted.
If anybody does have any footage at HAPRC or any pictures that they've taken that they think there's something there, then by all means send it in.
Okay then, this is sort of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read some comments out. Biff says, when the wheelchair was in the doll's room, I sat in it and the SLS mapped a figure to my left, and every time I stuck my hand out, the figure would reach up to my hand. Yeah. Bloss says she loves the SLS. Tanith says, not sure about the SLS, but if you have footage of one without a leg too, then that's interesting. Yeah. We have got it somewhere. Daniel says, when we went Friday night, we all done the table tipping and the table fell over completely, and we heard the doll move off the red chair to the other chair. Ooh. That's good. Okay, this next one was taken in the occult room where we do mirror scrying. Okay, then. That isn't the picture, the person doing the mirror scrying. The person's head doing the scrying is there at the bottom. But what is that? To me, I can see it's a horned figure with whiskers.
It looks a bit like that, doesn't it?
That's what I see. So what do you make of that? And they were standing behind him. The person who took the picture did not look like that. She was a lady, young lady. So what?
I think it's just another interesting catch, isn't it? Because we've got quite a lot of these pictures, haven't we? Things that have been caught in mirrors,
Yeah.
reflections, and it's just so interesting because what we try and work out who they are or what their intentions are, but it's just another good catch from the mirror.
Yep. Okay then. John says another piece of evidence we got was the energy coming off the knives when we touched them together. Cool. Can't remember seeing that, John. Facebook user, I'm waiting for one being sent back to me that has a strange little man sat on my shoulder.
Oh,
cool. Tanith says, what's with the ears?
Yeah.
It does look like.
Because we thought, my first impressions were of sort of like a warlock type figure.
Yeah.
But it's just an unusual. You can sort of see features, but you just can't quite define what it is.
Yeah. Okay then. John says that's very lycanthropic. Sorry, John, I have no idea what that word means.
That what?
Lycanthropic. Danny says that looks demonic. Biff says, are they pointy ears? Are they horns or are they pointy ears? I don't know. You tell us what you think. Kirsty says, that's a very interesting picture. It looks to me like a horned creature looking down on the person below. Very good picture. Just goes to show that not all spirits are human. Michelle says, had growling in there last time we were there. Cool. Tanner says, looks like a werewolf. Could well be. We just don't know, do we?
No.
John says, wolf-like, wolfman. All right, okay. And that's what that word means. Michelle says, we also got this on my live stream. Cool. That is so cool. So let me try and get a video up. Because the wrong videos are coming up. I don't quite know what they are.
So many.
You'll have to bear with me a minute. Let me go onto our other page. So just yeah, so as you can see, over the years, we have got so much evidence. It's quite fantastic. But what's happened to the videos, I do not know. Okay, then we'll play this one next. It's the video of the mirror smashing.
Oh, yes.
Okay. It is one of our favourites. It's quite a long video because a guy made it into a video. This is what we did the week after it happened because we came up and tried to debunk it. So you watch the whole video. It's 4 minutes long, so.
But we came up a week after, didn't we? And we tried everything to recreate it, and it just wasn't possible to create it.
So yeah, like Jane says, we tried to. All of us came up and we were banging on the wall, and there's no way someone can get their hand in without being seen on the camera.
Yeah.
So again, let us know what you think to that one. I'm trying to say there's no volume. Sorry, there's no volume. Michelle says, "Got to pick up sun." Kirsty says, "Looks like someone or something pushed the mirror over." Tanner says, "Something shows at the top of it before it falls. Something white." Yeah, we saw a light come out of the mirror, didn't we? Before it happens. Sarah said they must have made such a crash. Kirsty said, "Fair play to Amy for fixing it." Yeah, Amy did spend 8.5 months fixing it.
Well, it is back in there now, isn't it?
It is back in there now, and a few mediums told us not to repair it. They said we should have buried it. But hey, that's kind of boring, isn't it? We want to know why any entity felt the need to smash the mirror.
Because on the same night, somebody got seriously affected, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because you had to call me out to come and help. So it was quite an eventful night.
Certainly was. I can't find the other videos that I wanted to show, unfortunately. Sorry. Don't know. I don't know where they've gone. So, let us know what you think of the evidence. Riri says, "I'm not surprised. I definitely felt the spirit when I came. Can't wait to come again." Thank you. And like Jane says, if you've got any evidence that you'd like to share with us, I know there's loads. Every team basically gets something, don't they? It's very, very rarely do we not get activity at the centre.
I've seen on your photos there you've got a picture of little E.T.
All right.
Let's just show little E.T.
Let's get little E.T.
Because this is also another great catch. And somebody took a photo of the Christmas tree at the centre because it was at Christmas, and it was only when we looked closely did we see a reflection in the glass cabinet next to the Christmas tree. There was nothing in front of the cabinet. The cabinet was empty, and it's.
Let's just find him.
And it's just quite an interesting catch.
Whether this picks him up, we'll see. Chris says, "Little E.T." Pete says, "Something I never noticed after many times is right at the start of the video entirely was a very pale yellow ball fly from the left-hand side and bounced back right." Okay, then.
So in the reflection there, we call him Little E.T. So you can see the REM pod on the table on the left. And next to the REM pod was a Christmas tree. So somebody actually took a picture of the Christmas tree. And then we noticed this reflection in the glass.
Let me put the finger.
Yeah. And there was nothing in front of that glass cabinet.
Down there. So that's his head. Yeah?
Yeah.
And like a thin neck.
And he's sort of holding, but the in front of, about 3 foot in front of that, because that was like the walkway, people would walk past that cabinet. There is just a big round table, and it's almost like he's putting something up on the table, because that's the bottom half of the cabinet. So that's sort of less than about 3 feet tall, and we have nicknamed him Little E.T.
So that we used to do this show from the old tea room, which is now the war room. So the cabinets were then were in where the war room is now. So that is in the war room. That's before we had got the first floor.
Yeah.
So we do believe that is Little E.T. Let me.
So we do believe he is an astral traveller.
That's his head, his neck. It looks like he's putting something on the cabinet. Kirsty says, "Well, that's good pictures." Tanner says, "Sorry, I can't see it." No, that's fine. That's fine.
So this is sort of the drawing of the outline.
So the head is there, as far as we can see, and it's got eyes and a mouth and a little neck and its body around here. Please don't apologise, Tanith. Not everyone can see everything. I can't. To be honest, EVPs are worse for me. I watch lots of YouTube channels, and when they say, "Did you hear that?" and they play back this EVP, I can't hear it. But it isn't easy to see. But there was definitely some reflection in the cabinet.
Yeah, because the cabinet's empty, isn't it?
John says, "I've not seen this one. Good catch." Facebook user, yes, I can see him. Sarah says, "I see ET," and that he was our first, wasn't he?
Yeah. So he's our little astral traveller.
So I think we've got time for one more. Let's find another juicy one, if I can. Bear with me. Which one should we show?
What about the one walking past the door that was on?
I don't know where the video's gone.
Oh. Well, about the one of Jackie.
See, the video's gone. Jackie, where's that one?
Down there above the doll.
Oh, there it is. Okay, then. This is an interesting one. Let's get it. Okay, then. As you probably all know, what about the figure that looks reflected next to the D of the REM part? Oh, I'm not seeing that, Biff. I'll have a look in a bit. We did have a haunted box. Jane did some work on it, and we got a video of it clicking as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's always clicked for Jackie. This is Jackie Dixon, who comes to the centre quite often. Okay, the two drawings are Jane's drawings on the left of what she saw was inside the box. Now, the other photograph is of Jackie holding the box. And it does look like her nose has become long and pointy.
And the black around the eyes.
Yes, and she's got...
Her face seems to have changed.
So her nose looks very pointy, and her eyes have gone black.
And she didn't realise, did she, at the time?
Same as this one and this one. She didn't realise at the time, but she was always sort of drawn to that red box.
Yeah.
She called it the clicky box.
Yeah, and there is I don't know if I can get it up on mine. There is also another picture that goes along with this that somebody else captured.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. The
dome in the room.
Yeah. I know I did have it. No, it's not here now. So that's an interesting one. That was just a couple of comments. Annette says, "I saw that one walking past the door. What a catch that was!" Yeah, oh, there's the.
Oh, there it is.
The dome one.
Yeah.
Carrying on from the picture of Jackie, here's one. We put the box in a dome, a glass dome. To us, if you see here, that's the glass dome. See here, it looks like a face with a pointy nose
and the black eyes. Yeah. And that was the box in there. So we sort of got three different pieces or three different pictures as such from the same box, and they're all similar, all from three different sort of sources, if you like.
Yeah.
So that was really quite interesting.
So a couple more comments. Is that the Dibbert box? I don't think it was a genuine dibber box. We just call it a haunted box because there's all boxes covered in wax gets labelled dibber boxes. But it's a haunted box. Kirsty says, Jane, have you always drawn what you've seen?
Only since I've only really been doing it the last 4 years because it was really for that reason that we said earlier. So the team, so Neil could sort of get a rough idea what we were working with, what I could see, and I was doing quick sketches so that they could understand what we were working with.
Okay. Come on, more comments. John says, Tanith says, I'd have to see what she looks like normally to compare. Fair comment. Yeah. John says, very sinister looking. Kirsty says, yeah, I can see that. Sarah, thank you. Both great pictures and videos. Tanith says, oh, yikes. When you move the camera, you could clearly see the same face in the dome. Final one. Okay. This one. This was captured on when we had Penny Griffiths Morgan down doing a talk. That is a face or a head in the war room. There was no one in that area at the time.
Yeah, I think you can just see the edge of the shelter, can't you? Because it was sort of on the left-hand side of the room by the window.
That there is the Anderson shelter. So to me, that is a clear head.
He's like standing in the shadows, isn't he?
Yeah. So, Kirsty, I would love to have a look at your book next time we come.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
And Tanner says that's good. Again, we try to find logical explanations for this one, but we couldn't. We couldn't. We knew where the lady was standing when they took the picture. Biff says I was there. No one was in that part of the room. Yeah,
and I think they tried to recreate it as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they tried to recreate it, and we had a look, and we just couldn't find any explanation for it. And Tanner said that's good. Wearing glasses too, that's very good. And that says, oh yes, you can see his chin, mouth, and nose. John says, so many pieces of brilliant evidence. That is only a minute selection.
Yeah.
I don't know why the videos. I'm going to play some videos of mist and the figure walking across the door and all sorts. But for some reason,
we have had another little one, haven't we? We have had one this week.
Yes.
That you sent to us.
Yeah, a lady sent me a video and a still of, again, looking from the doll room into that corridor. And I knew there was a reason I didn't like that corridor. It looked, whether it's a baby's face or a doll's face or a creature's face, I don't know.
But it just seems to appear, doesn't it, for a split second?
Yeah, can you find it? Because I sent it to Jane and the other guys, and it's gone. Oh, you've got it.
Yeah. Well, okay. I don't know if people can see that.
We'll try and show it.
That is actually, that is actually like the little face.
See there?
But I will try and play the video.
See, the video's gone.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it is. It's only there for a split second. You have to hold it a bit closer, I think, Jane.
So I have to. There's the camera.
Yeah, it's a split second. See, it's just there. It'll play again.
It's a locked-off camera that's continually
it's
rolling
there for a split second.
And that's on the floor of the doll room.
And that is the door looking into the corridor. Tanith says, worst nightmare, doll face.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to wake up and find that on your pillow, would you?
So that is our short evidence review. I hope you've enjoyed it. They're just, like I said, that's just a small section of evidence that we've been given. I've got no doubts teams have got lots more that they've not sent. Please send it to me. That's scary, definitely not. So I hope you enjoyed it. Kelsey, amazing. Thanks for sharing. We do believe that we have got a very, very special place. And Nicholas says, thank you. I've loved it. Amazing evidence. I cannot wait to return. Kirsty says, very good video. Thanks, Neil. Jane, take care. Yeah, it's just minute, and
it's a very special place, isn't it?
We believe it is a very special place. I know we're bound to say that, but if we thought it was naff, I'd say it was naff.
We had this conversation, didn't we, the other day? And who'd have thought 4 years, because it's coming up to the 4th anniversary.
Yeah.
4 years ago, we would still be here, bigger, better, and learning so much more, getting so much more evidence, and some of the work we're doing with the paranormal just blows us away at times.
Yeah, and that's without. We need to do more EVPs. I must admit, I think if we start doing EVPs, we are going to get some special stuff. And I've not even shown you the night Paul Stevenson was here
with Barry Guy.
With Barry Guy. Mm-hmm. Well, the Haunted Live guys with Barry Guy and the table moving. I can't find the video. And also Vicky and Paul was here in the occult room, and they got Alistair Crowley saying his full name.
Yeah.
On
several times
on Spirit Box. And that's without EVPs that other teams have caught. So there's so much more, and so I think we'll have to do another one of these specials.
Yeah.
The evidence. Wendy says, thoroughly enjoyed this tonight. Can't wait to visit with Charlotte. Ted says, nice. Myself and Polly will back soon for our second visit. Casey says, looking forward to Dudley Castle with you. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Dudley, we're running a bit over, but okay. Dudley Castle. I will be booking Dudley Castle.
Yeah.
And we will be taking whoever wants to book on with us. And we'll be split into groups, and you'll investigate, and we'll have a good night. Dudley Castle, if you've not been, is one of our favourites.
It is.
After this place, Dudley Castle is the place to go. And there is so much interest so far. I might even have to book 2 nights, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
However, when I release the date, it will be going to the HAPRC members first. They'll have the first option to book for a week, and then it'll be on general release sale. So look out for that date. It'll be coming soon. Kathy says it's a very addictive place. Lynn says it's unique, really. Thanks for sharing. Annette says definitely a very special place. Case says it was definitely on our to-do list. Didn't know about Dudley Castle now. John says, hi guys, hope you're having a great night. Yes, we love doing this show, and it's good to be back. Kirsty says, can we join as members? If you send me a message, Kirsty, after the show, I will tell you the details of how to become members and what you get for that money.
Yeah.
And that's it for tonight. So we just want to say thank you so much for watching and giving us your time. And we will see you next week.
And it's great to be back.
It's always good to be back from the studio.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be back up here anyway, isn't it? Let's face it.
It's nice and warm in here as well. So
yeah, we've got air conditioning here. So we will see you soon, and take care.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.